This is what I'm going to say. Election is over, okay? And whatever we speak to now, nobody should take it as us playing politics. I said it yesterday. It is time for governance. And if we do not get it right, whoever is there today, if he does not get it right, he's going to crash on all of us. Just like what is happening right now in the country and everywhere. I'm speaking to some of these things. I said yesterday that Mr. President is actually living his dream, and we can't but be happy for him. God has put him there. But Nigerians also want to live their own dreams as well, of enjoying good governance and all of that. And all of us are here, we hear noise everywhere of hunger, high cost of living. These are facts. And the reason we are facing these are not far-fetched, because Mr. President actually went to office unprepared, let me use that word, with due respect. Because if for a very long time, he's been working towards occupying this office, I don't think the mistake made on day one would have happened. Maybe he was only preparing to be in that office, but this is time for governance. He's already in the office. I said it yesterday. If I were Mr. President, I don't think I would go to my inauguration ground. The first thing I would do is to say subsidy is gone, because the market started reacting to that. I thought the first thing to do if you're occupying such an office is to sit down and look at the handing over notes, given to you or living for you by your predecessor, to look at one or two things. Even this subsidy of a pain, why didn't this guy remove the subsidy? Or what do we do before we can remove it? We're not saying don't do it. Or you wait until you have a cabinet, you sit with people and let's chill this. How do we go about it? If you can't wait till you have a cabinet, you can have a few, advisory committee on economics to say, you know what, let's sit down. And I also speak to what is happening today. They are going about with national minimum wage meeting in every geopolitical zone. These are things that we ought to have done before even removing the subsidy. We would have said, okay, in the next 3 months, 4 months, we are going to remove the subsidy. But before then, can we look at our national minimum wage? We can then take this meeting everywhere, arrive at somewhere. And the moment you're removing it, everybody is on the same page. But now, for 1 year now, you've removed subsidy, everything has gone up, and national minimum wage is still at 30,000. Who is going to cover for, even if you increase it to 100,000 tomorrow or more than that, who is going to make up for that 1 year that everybody had to battle with high cost of living? And one of the approach they are even giving to this high cost of living, this palliative of a thing, I am not an apostle of palliative. It won't work. If you give me rice today, am I going to take the same rice to the pharmacy to buy drugs? Or am I going to use the same rice to... So palliative won't work. Palliative, we can't reduce ourselves to this. Let the government do the needful by making sure that you increase the buying power of the people. If you give civil servants enough money, the woman that is selling rice, that is selling this thing, we have enough money to also restock. And I've also seen some reactions speaking to the fact that people who are selling markets are increasing their wares like on a daily basis. There's no how they won't do it. You know why? Because if you buy a ware for, say, 10 naira today and you tend to sell for 12 naira, and you're already hearing, you haven't sold it, but now you're hearing that it has gone to, at the factory, it has gone up to 15 naira. You just have to increase your own, because if you sell at 12 naira, you won't be able to restock. So that person is out of business. So these are the things that government need to look at and address this whole thing by making sure we do the needful. I think what we need to do is to press a reset button. Let Mr. President press a reset button. Let us go back to drawing board and let him seek for help. We don't expect you to know everything. We don't expect you to do everything. You're there so that you can source materials to work with, material that can assist you to work with. Let him look outward. Let him even look further inward and surround himself with people who can assist him. Yes, you've had a loyal team for over 2 decades that you've been together. It is fine. But if you have tried them for 6, 7, 8 months and they're not giving the desired results, can you change them? You can still keep them and give them something else. Okay. We want you to succeed so that you don't crash on all of us.